paste the copied scientific name into the search field and click the search button. Once the search results show the absence of the record of the species, we can add it into the database. Click on the Add New button on the lower left-hand corner of the page. A new window with different tabs and blank fields will open. This is where we add the information we get from the field guide as well as the supplemental information from the global data holders. From the field guide, copy the species description and other important details. These will be saved into the database. Then, paste the species description into the Notepad Windows application to check for special characters. From the PDF file, copy the book citation. Next is to paste the citation into another Notepad file. Copy the scientific name of the species you are going to add into the database. Paste the scientific name from the book into the Catalog of Life search field. Click on the corresponding result. Copy the searched species results URL. Paste the copied URL into A. Find the geographic distribution of the species in the book or resource material. Enter the country of origin of the species in the blank field. The field will have the country Thailand recorded. Copy the species hierarchy details from the Catalog of Life result. You will input them into the required fields of the encoder later. Complete the fields in the Classification tab. Then, move to the Taxonomy tab. The Taxonomy tab divides scientific name of the species into the genus, species, and scientific name author. This tab also contains other required fields that are marked by a red asterisk. The rest of the remaining fields are optional. But if the information is available, it is encouraged to add them into their corresponding fields. Copy the previously saved citation from the Notepad file. Save the citation in its corresponding field. Complete the other required fields. Search for the species IUCN threat status by checking for it in the IUCN Red List website. yielding 0 results in the IUCN Red List website would mean that the species has not been evaluated. Therefore, we enter the status of not evaluated in 2021 into the IUCN Threat Status Year fields. In the absence of data, we repeat this input in the National Threat Status Year fields. As for the native status field, we input native, because the species is native to a few ASEAN countries.
Copy the species description from the notepad.
Paste the species description into the description field. After completing the required and optional fields in the Taxonomy tab, we move to the Record Level tab. We input the respective information in the required fields of the institution code, IC, collection code, CC, and catalog number, CN. The IC is the name used by the institution having custody of the information referred to in the record. The CC is the name identifying the collection or data set from which the record was derived. The CN is the combination of the IC and CC. And the record URL field has the link where the supplemental information was obtained. Copy the URL saved in the notepad file. Paste the URL into the field. Move to the next tab, the Growth Parameters tab. All of the fields found here are optional. Relevant supplemental information can be saved here. Information with no corresponding Darwin core term can be saved in the Notes field. Then we move to the Collecting Event tab. A few fields are required here. Complete the respective fields of basis of record, like the specific nature of the data record, year collected, or specimen. Once the fields are completed, we can save the record. We will be able to encode additional information in terms of the species images, synonyms, and localities. After saving the record, browse through the tabs to check if the information we encoded was properly saved. To add species images, click on the pencil icon on the lower left-hand corner of the Images tab. This will open the saved record and we can proceed to add a maximum of 8 images in the Images tab. Click the Choose File button to open the Explorer application. Select the folder where you have the species images file that you plan to upload. After uploading all 5 pre-saved species images on your computer, click Save. After saving, browse the Images tab to make sure all the images have been uploaded. After uploading the species images, we can proceed to upload the species synonyms if they are available. Upon checking with the Catalog of Life, Polystichum bearistatum has 6 synonyms. The last tab, the Additional Information tab, has the synonyms, common name, and localities of the species. To add a synonym, click on blue font synonym word in the first box of the Additional Information tab. A window will open with the option to add new synonyms. Click on the Add New button on the lower left-hand corner to begin. A new window with 5 fields will open, 2 of which are required. Encode the first synonym from the Catalog of Life page into the first field. Cut the scientific name author from the synonym, then paste it into the scientific name author field. Click the Save button. Then click OK once the saved confirmation notification pops up. After saving the first synonym, return to the Catalog of Life page to copy the next synonym. Repeat the process by pasting the synonym from the Catalog of Life into the synonym field. The scientific name author of the synonym will be cut and pasted into its respective required field. Click the Save button and then click OK when the notification appears. You can browse the preview of the saved synonyms to make sure that they were properly recorded. Repeat this process for the remaining 4 synonyms. Repeat the process by pasting the synonym from the Catalog of Life into the synonym field. The scientific name author of the synonym will be cut and pasted into its respective required field. Click the Save button and then click OK when the notification appears. After saving the synonym, return to the Catalog of Life page to copy the next synonym. Repeat the process. Paste the synonym from the Catalog of Life into the synonym field. Cut the scientific name author of the synonym and paste it into its respective required field. Click the Save button and then click OK when the notification appears. After saving, return to the Catalog of Life page to copy the next synonym. Again, paste the synonym from the Catalog of Life into the synonym field. Cut the scientific name author of the synonym and paste it into its respective required field. Click the Save button and then click OK when the notification appears. After saving, return to the Catalog of Life page to copy the next synonym. Again, paste the synonym from the Catalog of Life into the synonym field. Cut the scientific name author of the synonym and paste it into its respective required field. Click the Save button and then click OK when the notification appears. Once all the synonyms have been saved, we can look at their preview by clicking the scientific name above the table list. The preview of the species record we just encoded would load. We can browse through the different tabs to verify if all the information we encoded was saved. Once we reach the Additional Information tab, we can add the species' common names and localities. To add a common name, click on the blue font Common Name word in the second box of the Additional Information tab. A window will open with the option to add new common names. Click on the Add New button on the lower left-hand corner to begin. In the absence of an English common name, we use the given local name from the resource material. So we browse the field guide and copy the local name listed. Copying the common name, we go back to the encoder and click the Add New button in the Common Name table. A new window with 4 fields will open. One of these is required. Paste the copied common name from the resource material into the respective field. Complete the optional information. Since we are aware that the species occurs in Thailand, the language field will also be encoded with Thai. Once the common name is saved, we can look at their preview by clicking the scientific name above the table list. The preview of the species record we just encoded would load. We can now browse through the Additional Information tab to verify if the common name was successfully saved. To add a locality, click on the blue font Localities word in the third box of the Additional Information tab. To protect species from poaching or unsustainable harvesting practices, the specific location of the species is recorded at a regional or provincial level or could be left out entirely. The Additional Information tab contains mostly supplemental optional information. Therefore, you will still be able to save your record as long as the required fields marked by red asterisk is complete.